Hello, I'm Andy, and here is a weekly horoscope from Sunday, the 25th of June to Saturday, the July the 1st, 2023. And this is especially for you coming from Gemini. Before I begin, here's my email. Send me this email if you wish to know your next 9 years based on your date of birth, your time of birth, and most importantly, reading your palms. Your palms are very special. They belong to the energy of the soul, who's mapping up your future, letting people like me know what's happening. I'll give you a lot of energies, especially if you like to play lotteries, how to formulate your lucky lottery numbers with the help of the soul, the third eye, and the aura. We'll talk more about this towards the end of the program. Sunday, Sunday, the 25th of June, for you coming from Gemini. This is not a good morning, afternoon. Be careful, you can be let down, deceived, or cheated. Choose your company very carefully. Don't talk about your personal plans or your personal whatever, even secrets to people. People will use them against you. So, whichever group you are in, tell yourself there may be some of them there that are enemies of yours. So, keep your plans to yourself as well. Be very choosy of who you are with, and be careful that accidents can happen. Accidents of the physical nature, the financial nature, and the emotional nature. So you have to definitely choose your company very carefully. Sometimes being on your own on a bad morning and afternoon like this is much better so that you can be away from trouble. And so, what you can do in the morning, afternoon is keep to yourself, plan everything yourself. Don't try to get any kind of tempo going, and that will save you a lot of grief. If you are traveling, disappointments, or even worse, the accidents may happen. So travel less. Evening and nightfall, too many emotional planets are there. They make you moody, they make you changeable, they make you sorry for yourself. So all that is happening. And worse still, some of the bad morning planets will come there to the evening nightfall. You may be tempted to call somebody to talk about your bad luck or your badness. I would suggest you don't do that because that information you give up may even spread against you. So, what can you do in an emotionally unstable evening and nightfall? Keep to yourself, sometimes is better rather than going out with people because these kind of planets can get you in emotional trouble by not being agreeable or showing some kind of language which is not acceptable to people. Monday, the 26th of June. This is a very lucky morning afternoon. You'll have to be patient because the planets are long term, hour by hour. What you want in this morning afternoon on Monday, the 26th of June, it will happen. It'll happen slow and steady. There's a feeling of bondness between you and people. This time it'll be the good people. It may be where you work, it may be where you do business, it may be at home, it may be anywhere. Go ahead, have lunch with people, talk to them about your plans and ideas. You'll be on the same wavelength as people. That's a wonderful part. Your knowledge, your experience, and your expertise is going to make you bond with the right kind of people who may offer you better job, they may offer you more business if you're in business. Evening and nightfall turns nasty. That's how a day can change for you. I mean, really nasty. I rather you don't go out because you're meant to be a loser in many ways. If it's a private affairs like love and romance, you're going to be losing out. Things are going to go to a very bad state. If it's with family, there can also be disagreements. You don't want to talk business to anybody in the evening nightfall. They steal your ideas or worse still, they'll plan to go against you. So the enemy planets are there in the evening nightfall. It's a pity because some of your good morning planets and afternoon planets want to be there as well, but they are not strong enough. So I gather that there will be more trouble in the evening nightfall than worthwhile going out to talk about your plans. That's the best way. Tuesday, the 27th of June, very aggressive morning afternoon because the aggressive planets are there. When you're aggressive, it's better for you coming from Gemini. Don't say a word because once you start talking, you create the mischief. Your conversations will unfold to things going against you. So it's better for you to be on your own in this morning and afternoon. This aggressiveness may also expose yourself to risk. The risk can be personal, can be emotional, can be financial risk. So there's some kind of problem of these planets that may expose you to trouble. The only way sometimes is not to go out anywhere, But if you're at work, if you're in business, then you'll have to deal with people. Well, take the soft approach, which means use words which are soft, a tone of voice which is soft, and a body language which is soft. Don't urge provocation, whether verbal or whether physical, because you are meant to be in trouble. So take the soft approach and let it go. I like your evening nightfall tremendously well. The planets of unexpected goodness are there, and their duty is to make you lucky in a most unexpected way. You may get a phone call, you may get an invitation, or you can set it up yourself with people who you know may be fruitful to you or your plans as well. Many of these planets are internet planets, so you may want to spend the evening nightfall on the internet because they'll bring to you some very special sense where you'll make use of the internet to further your ambitions. You could connect to people like that. And again, the sudden and unexpected good luck can happen. So many ways. Wednesday, the 28th of June, the morning afternoon has too many ego planets. So you will feel very egoistic, which is not good for you. These ego planets will get you into trouble. They'll make you appear very aloof to people who won't like it. They'll think that you look down on them. So make an effort. If you have to be with where you work or in business, if you have to be for lunch somewhere, make yourself as friendly as you can. Put on that smile and tell yourself, say less and do less, and listen more would be better. Because the more you will talk, the more people will feel you want to control other people with your plans and your advice and your information. It's not going to go down well. So just say less and do less and listen more. The evening and nightfall becomes extremely lucky. This is the time you want to plan to be with people who can benefit you in any way for the job, for the business, for the money. Or chasing for the romance, the evening nightfall will give you the skill of speaking to people and showing them with your words and your actions. So you're going to be very popular in the evening nightfall. The trouble is, one or two of these ego planets may come there as well. Once in a while, you'll feel not happy if people don't agree with your ideas. Don't allow, even don't show that. Put on that smile and just wait for them to finish and give them your ideas. In the end, you're meant to be a winner in the evening nightfall. So, one way or another, you're going to get what you want. I see many money planets there. So, maybe focus on the money side, job, business, or anything to do with finances. Thursday, Thursday, the 29th of June, is full of emotional planets. If you are not working, if you're not at work or if you're not in business, that's fine. But if you're at work or in business, these emotional planets are very misleading. They will make you think the wrong way. I rather you talk to yourself according to logic, facts, and figures, because these emotional planets make you passionate about things. But this passion and imagination is not real. It can be challenged by people where you work, or if you try it in business, it will fail. So go back to logic, go back to facts, go back to figures. The best way is not to implement anything, which means you can plan it but don't implement it on this morning afternoon. Evening and nightfall is much, much luckier. And by the way, morning afternoon emotional problems arise very fast. So you don't want to go chasing for the romance, it'll get very complicated. I like your evening and nightfall tremendously well. It's full of creative planets. And these creative planets will make a bonding between you and people. They'll like your ideas in the evening nightfall, and they will also be ready to back you up. So think materialistically. Think to improve your job, think to improve your business. Talk to people about your plans and see whether they would like you to be part of their team or part of their business. Some bonding is going on. So you may just be in a good company and get something wonderful as you go home. Friday, the 30th of June. This is a dreadful morning afternoon. Well, I've already told you that. So what you're going to do about it? If you're at work, don't say a word. Don't go against your bosses. Don't try to be smart and want to take charge. Definitely not. If you're in business, the same. Don't want to take charge. Let somebody else make decisions because there's blame waiting to fall on your shoulders. The more you proceed with your ideas, the worse opposition may also come. So it's a nasty morning afternoon where the planets simply want you to have to be deceived or cheated by others. And whichever group you are in, job wise, business wise, having lunch with somebody, tell yourself there may be people in that group who don't like me. Once you are aware of that, you won't talk too much about your plans, and you will then minimize any kind of bad luck happening where people may turn against you. Also, this kind of planets, they make you feel inferior. They make you feel intimidated, and so you choose your company carefully. If you find anybody somehow intimidates you, just walk away quickly. The evening nightfall also remains bad, so it's a totally bad day. Evening and nightfall, I rather you stay home, because whatever you do, wherever you are, the bad luck planets are hunting for you. And so, what happens in the evening nightfall can be translated as accidents, physical accidents, making a wrong financial deal, that would be financial accidents, meeting some people you like, but that would be also wrong. You don't want bonding, you don't want to be close with people you don't know well. Sometimes it's best not to go out at all, because you may be in very bad company and the bonding may be with bad people. Saturday, the 1st of July. Oh boy, here comes the ego. So it's a morning where you are ego filled. This ego of yours makes you oversensitive to any criticism. Why don't you just not take things too personally? Because when ego comes, you can turn it around. You can turn it around by understanding and wondering whether what people say is true or not. Some of it may be true. So don't impose yourself on people just because you are annoyed that somebody said something. Don't impose yourself because you want your ideas to be pushed on people. Don't want to be the leader. Be part of a team, whether at home, whether in the office, whether in business. Because the more you want to lead, the more you expect, the more you expose yourself to doing something wrong, and the blame will come upon you. So let somebody plan the morning, afternoon, and just remain quiet and just enjoy it quietly. Evening and nightfall becomes very lucky. This evening and nightfall, planets are there to bond you. But I find the bonding should not be there either, because there may be people in the company you're with who don't like you. So why don't you show your creativity by all means? But don't talk about your long term plans. Chasing for the romance, I would say it's a good idea because it's very personal to you and you'll meet some people who are very interested in you. And also exchanging ideas in business. The most important thing in the evening nightfall is to choose company very carefully. If you feel safe with people, go ahead. Talk about your plans. Talk about personal commitment. If you feel there are some enemies or some people who are provoking you because of their ego, then just go home early is better. Have the meeting and go home early. This 90-minute session I have talking to you about your next 9 years. Next 9 years. Your next 9 years, of course, the cycle that's waiting for you. Whether in your date of birth, time of birth, and your palms, it's all written there. Astrologers who don't know palmistry, they only know half the story because every day 250 over 1,000 babies are born. They can't have the same fate and destiny just because they are born, some of them even at the same time, because your palms will always be different. So the palm is the soul. That's why your horoscope has your soul and my horoscope is my soul. And I'll show you how the power of colors and gemstones and all the other good areas which can enhance your good luck. I'll talk to you in depth about your health areas. If you like to play lotteries or if you like financial speculation, I'll show you how to garner that. You have to involve the soul, the third eye, and the aura. To win a lottery is not easy. It's a 1 to 1 million odds, and you need these powerful energies. And I'll show you, as I said, your health, where the organs are going to go wrong, when they will go wrong, what you should do. So there's going to be a lot of things going on in this 90-minute session. And most of all, I will explain to you the horoscope that you have so that you understand yourself more and more. And you will then push yourself to the right direction. And all this will just cost you USD $50. So send me this email and let's get down to business. To get the aura, the third eye, and the soul activated, all of us have to wait until our late 50s or 60s or 70s of ages. But there's a way I know how to accelerate it, and you will feel the acceleration quite fast, the calmness and the way towards success rather than catapulting yourself towards people who are just not happy with you. So all that I will show you. All you need to do is send me that email and we'll get it going. In the meantime, I wish you good luck. Thank you. Goodbye.